everyone. Welcome to this episode of eCoffee with Experts. I am your host, Matt Fraser, and on today's show, I have with me a very special guest, Andy Kulkarni. He is a dynamic leader with a wealth of experience in the digital marketing world. As the co-founder and head of consulting and marketing at Coinbound Gaming, Andy is the driving innovation in blockchain marketing for NFTs and crypto games, helping game developers and publishers navigate this exciting new space. In addition, he is also a co-founder at New Kind Digital, a lead and demand generation agency that specializes in creating customized digital marketing strategies for service-based businesses. Through New Kind Digital, Andy and his team help their clients achieve their goals by developing tailored marketing campaigns that drive results. With a keen eye for market trends and an unwavering commitment to excellence, Andy is at the forefront of digital marketing, providing exceptional results for his clients in both the blockchain and service-based industries. Andy, thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Matt, I'm extremely excited and thrilled to be here. Thanks for having me.
On. Yeah, no problem. Hey, one question I like to ask all of our guests is, how would your university professors describe you as a student?
Oh, good Lord. I think my uni professors, I've had a few. My uni journey started in Australia in 2016. I would like to take it from there. The uni professors in Latrobe, Australia, I would say, they would describe me a little bit curious. A little bit detail oriented. They did say that you are amongst those hardworking bunch of people who like to ask questions, seek answers, and explore new ideas. So I would say a bit of a mix of curiosity and self-aware, hardworking individual. But I used to love going to parties and take participation in all these different events and stuff. I'm safe to say that I enjoyed my uni life.
Right on. What did you like most about it? The party?
Yes.
I was just kidding, but
but look, I think the exciting part about being in uni is you get to meet with so many different individuals who are from different domains of subject line. And more importantly, they get to share so much of collaborative ideas that could give birth to something that you didn't even fathom of, you didn't even think about. So I think from that perspective, it has really helped me to develop the leadership, communication, and interpersonal skills, which you otherwise wouldn't get outside. So the thing that I've realized about in Latrobe, especially in Melbourne, is people are multicultural. People come from different walks of life, and they have something to always exchange with you, which is great because it's called give and whoever gives.
Oh, sure. I'm very familiar with that subject.
So I think it's a very subconscious giver's game that I have experienced myself being in the uni.
That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Do you think university is for everybody?
I wouldn't say it's for everybody. It's a live example of one of my friend's cousin. He dropped out pretty early from the college and he runs a pretty successful business now, does over 6 figures a month, has a couple of properties under his belt, really successful. And more importantly, a fantastic human being. So if someone has the notion of you got to go study to become a better human being, I think it's the wrong notion. And your behavior is largely dependent on where you spend your time or where do you, like where's the most of your time is gone. If most of your time is gone with learning new skills, meeting new people and the right people, more importantly, you are undoubtedly going to be one of them without even having to have any formal education or any formal degree under your belt. It's not for everybody. And it is, in my opinion, education has to be a freedom of education. If you want to study and if you want to get enrolled in uni, if you don't wish to do it, people should be given choice about it.
Okay.
In my opinion.
That's encouraging. That's encouraging because I didn't go to post-secondary university, but I've always been curious and always have had books on the go. And where I'm from, you can, with a library card, you can get free access to LinkedIn Learning. For several years, I've spent a half hour every day watching various courses. I'm always watching the courses on digital marketing, whether it's SEO or content marketing. I've probably completed, I don't know how many courses. So it's been of value to me to do that. But I don't think I ever could have gone to school just because I know myself. And for certain reasons, I wouldn't have been able to focus as much. And I work better on my own than I do being put in a box at school. And but anyway, so you graduated with a degree, I believe, in a Master's of Engineering
Management.
So let me tell you, this is very interesting. How did you transition from that to where you are today in regards to digital marketing. What made you get interested in this part of it? Because it's a little different, right? I understand that there are skill sets and things that you learned in university that are probably applicable and applicable to what you're doing, but tell me about that journey a little bit.
I think my transition to digital marketing happened more when I found an internship in the digital marketing agency in Melbourne. And obviously that journey drew me into learning a little bit more about what digital marketing actually is. It got me into this sort of an understanding where the power of internet and the technology and the ability that it has to connect different businesses and make money without you physically being there. So the ability to do that without creating so much tangibility around it was just fascinating to me. Wasn't something like, I would say, as an engineering student, I developed the deeper understanding on how technology works in general. But what I saw, the power of internet and the digital marketing to revolutionize how businesses reach to their clients was just amazing. That's the next step of technology that I have seen. And what particularly intrigued me was the overall data-driven approach of marketing in general is to be able to measure the success of different campaigns, basically make a bit more data-driven. Amazon, biggest example.
Oh, for sure.
Amazon is
unbelievable. Yes.
It is not an e-commerce business. It's a data center.
It's a data center. You're so right.
So
it's like McDonald's isn't a restaurant, they're a real estate company.
Exactly the point. So that's all drew me a little bit closer to digital marketing, and nothing against what I've done in terms of engineering management. I've learned a lot of ropes in terms of the overall tech plus the management skills. And I think I was able to take those skills and implement it into my agency now to how I can basically create my agency as an operational house, like a house where it just works like clock, like basically keeps working without me having to be in it.
That is so smart. Yeah, because there's so many people who work in their business instead of on their business, including agency owners. And a great book that I learned from that philosophy was Michael Gerber's The E-Myth Revisited, in which he talks about systematizing your business and creating roles and responsibilities and organizational charts of the entire company before you even start, and assigning who's going to do what right from the beginning, and creating the actual training manuals and SOPs for all of it so you have a business in a box that you can literally scale. Because without that, you're always going to be pulling your hair out. It's such a phenomenal book, but awesome that you talked about that.
I've always been a big operational guy myself. I like to create SOPs. I like to create templates. And I believe the fact that if you templatize something, you can scale it. If you cannot templatize it, it is impossible to scale it.
Impossible to scale. Totally agree with you.
I think that's what I have learned from engineering management, and I've now applied those principles into marketing. And I have seen at least 3 hours or saved at least 3 to 4 hours a day into doing this stuff. Now, in 3 to 4 hours a day, if you ask me, okay, so what do you get in 3 to 4 hours a day? It's a never ending process. An SOP that I created 2 years ago probably will be useless after 2 years. So I have to redo those. So I divide those 3 hours into revisiting the older SOPs, creating new SOPs, creating better templates and processes, and auditing it. Because at the moment, I do have operation manager with me, but then I'd like to audit that in a way that it becomes, or it is up to date. So whenever we are hiring a new team member, that member gets the fresh first dip of what the SOPs and templates.
Yeah. Oh, that's so amazing. That's the only way to scale. And like, for instance, if I was to start a digital agency tomorrow, that's what I would do. And I would either get the SOPs from somewhere else, but like a friend of mine told me, Matt, you should document everything you're doing every 15 minutes so that
100%.
You can create the SOPs based on the activities of the job role that you're doing.
I have a book and pen right next to me all the time.
Yeah.
I never miss out a book and pen. It's a brain dump. So I keep dumping it.
Yeah. And then you can create training videos with screen capture software to like document all the training and all that stuff. It's amazing what you can do nowadays. Oh, that's so exciting. Hey, do you mind what tools do you use for your SOP management? Is there certain project management that you love?
Great question. I'm a massive follower of ClickUp, Airtable, Slack, and Loom. If you have these 4 tools under the belt,
Yeah.
it can work from any part of the world.
Yeah. I am such a fan of ClickUp. I'm so glad you said that because I've used them all, man. And ClickUp is the cat's bee's knees, the cat's meow. It's just amazing what you can do.
They have changed the landscape of how at least agency owners manage their tasks and their day-to-day activities. And the best part about it is the integrations that you have with the other softwares is just phenomenal. Like the process at the moment we have with agency. So with the integration that we have at the moment with the agency is as soon as someone onboards or as soon as someone signs the new agreement with us, we have automation set up from Airtable to ClickUp to Slack to Loom. So that potential client gets an onboarding kit via ClickUp. That onboarding kit has Airtable links in it. As soon as the Airtable links are filled up, he or she will be invited into Slack automatically, and that Slack will start sending Loom videos for the onboarding stuff. So you will have my Loom recorded videos in them. So I actually see them after the 14 days once they have completely onboarded and know who I am and what I do. So the first 14 days, I don't even talk to my clients because they are still learning so much about it and they are happy because they've gotten so much in advance as a value. So
you've provided so much value. I rarely meet someone who is as sophisticated as you in this stuff. Trust me. I talk to a lot of people. No offense to anybody else who's been on the show, but I just know that a lot of agencies don't have their stuff together when it comes to that detailed level of, and I think maybe your engineering background has contributed in obviously unique way you think. I didn't even think about putting Airtable and ClickUp together and using them together.
It's a game changer.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
I'm definitely going to look into it.
I'll show you a link.
Okay.
I'll show you a link and you can test it out, how it looks like for you.
Okay, sure. We can do that after the show. Yeah, I have marketing automation. I'm a certified partner for Groundhog Marketing Automation WordPress plugin. And there's marketing automation SOPs that I've put together based on what I've done with marketing automation. And I've developed templates in ClickUp. But to be able to do what you're saying, to onboard in that fashion, that would be something I'd be very interested in. And which our audience would be interested in as well. If you want to create some YouTube video or some offer or some course that you want to sell, people will probably be up for that. Can you provide some more insight into Newkind Digital and Coinbound Gaming and how they are changing their respective industries?
Yeah, absolutely. With Newkind, I started it in 2020, just before pandemic happened. It was quite a tough decision that I made. But then I was kind enough because my business partner, he already has an existing aesthetic technology business. So what he does, he sells all the FDA approved, TGA approved devices like laser hair removal. I'm not sure how familiar you are with aesthetics in general.
I need to get my hair. I need to get hair transplant. That's all.
You look just fine. Don't worry about it. So I think with aesthetics, because he was selling more of the B2B sides, he had a lot of clients coming to him saying, okay, look, we've got this machine. How do we get more clients? And then he approached me saying, would you be open to join hands and perhaps you can give your marketing expertise to these guys and help them. And when I started my business, by God's grace and fairly lucky, I had 11 clients in my first week of starting a business. So I actually made 3 times the money that I used to get paid as a project manager in my previous agency.
Wow.
In 1 week.
Good for you. That's amazing.
Yeah. And that's when I had the first taste of what business could do for you if you have right things in place and
for sure.
Right connections in place. Yeah. And it took off from there. And at the moment, we have about 50 plus clients. Majority of them are coming from my business partner's business. And with Newkind, what we do is we like a lead gen and a demand gen agency. A lot of people don't understand the difference between lead gen and demand gen. Lead gen
what is the difference?
Lead gen is more from an acquisition perspective, and demand gen is more from an overall brand awareness perspective. So what Nike and Adidas does, they do demand generation because they already have a brand established and they elevate their brand presence to a certain level where people have a more affinity towards the brand. So you get more inbound leads. And with lead generation, it's more of going out, which is more of a push marketing. So you're pushing the message out there to capture more leads to you.
Okay.
So
Push
we do
versus
that.
pull, could it be? Push versus pull? Could it be simplified to
Push
that?
versus pull. Push versus pull.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
So we
Alright,
do
okay.
meet general demand gen, obviously helping service-based businesses. I have quite a few service businesses, including home services, mechanics, roofers, electricians working with us.
Yeah.
We do have plenty of mortgage brokers, some realtors
Okay.
as well. We work
Wow.
with as new kind.
I don't want to pry too much, but are you mainly in the Australia market or do you dabble everywhere?
I have about 80% of my clientele in Australia, and the other clientele I have, some of them are in Dubai, UAE, some of them are in US,
Okay.
and we are expanding the market now to UK by end
right
of
on.
this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, like at the end of the day, our ultimate goal is to generate more inquiries and conversions, and
Absolutely.
obviously drive more revenue from new
Yeah.
kind perspective.
Yeah. Hey, in your opinion, how will the rise of blockchain gaming impact the video game industry in the coming years?
It's interesting because from where I come from, especially my experience with Coinbound,
Okay.
it's going to significantly impact the overall future of the video gaming industry. And
Okay.
there are several reasons to it. First of all, blockchain technology allows the game developers to create a unique gaming experience, which wasn't possible before. With Call of Duty and stuff like that. Now, because the blockchain is such a decentralized sort of a technology, nothing is held back, unlike the Web 2 or unlike the other gaming. So what that also means is you can leverage powers of blockchain where the developers can create games to allow players to own and control certain in-game assets, which you can truly earn like real-time rewards, achievements and stuff like that in the form of tokens. And this creates an opportunity for the players to engage with their favorite games in a much more meaningful way. And that creates a better retention and loyalty rather than recollecting maybe a limited edition poster of that particular game, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah. Blockchain technology is fascinating. You would say we're at the forefront of it. Would you say we're at the forefront of all of those things right now?
No, there's still so much development left.
Yeah,
so
that's what I
much
mean. We're at the beginning. I guess forefront maybe was the wrong word. We're at the very beginning stages of all of
Yeah, at the very beginning. Yeah, the very beginning. Yeah, the very beginning. Yes, but not forefront. If you say the entire industry needs a massive regulation because it went a bit ballistics last year. That's why the market is crashing now.
It is crashing.
And from where we stand at the moment, yes, we are at the very beginning of it. But then the more people realize the importance of it, the better it is, because then the more ideas could come together and build it or strengthen those leaky buckets that we had in the last year because of blockchain.
Okay. What's the difference between Web 2.0 or Web 2 and Web 3? Is Web 3 the blockchain?
Yes.
Forgive my ignorance. Okay. What's the difference in Web 2 and Web 3?
Oh, I think the biggest difference between Web 2 and Web 3, in my opinion, and I might trigger a few people here, which is fine, is transparency and security.
Okay.
The biggest difference between Web 2 and Web 3.
Okay.
To give you the biggest example, Web 2 largely governed by agencies or largely governed by projects or companies like Google, Meta, and Snapchat and TikToks and stuff, where it's just a one-way street. You do not know what's going on inside that whole conglomerate.
Yeah, the algorithm is secret and all that stuff.
Correct. You have no idea what's going on. So the transparency and the security is literally zero for an end user. Web3, on the other hand, because it's decentralized and it's peer-to-peer sort of a thing, the ability for you to figure out what's going on in your network and what's going on in that platform is much higher, because if one pair goes down, there are 10 other peers to give you the same information, which creates a bit more transparency and security, which previously in Web 2 wasn't possible. And that was the reason why Web 3 was introduced, because it allows you for a much more secure and transparent transaction, prevents all these frauds, cheating, all these fraudulent activities. Ultimately, the goal for technology should be to gain confidence and trust of the human race, especially what's happening with AI now. People tend to look at technology as Armageddon.
Yeah, they are. Yes. Absolutely. If someone wanted to learn more about all of these things, what's your go-to source? to learn about
I
blockchain
follow,
and Web3 and so on and so forth? Are there
I
certain
follow a
blogs,
few,
Twitter
yeah, I
accounts?
mean, I follow a few newsletters on LinkedIn. I'm always on Bitcoin Talk. I'm going
Okay.
on Crypto Potato. These are a few websites I tend to engage with. Twitter is one of the biggest resource that you can go and have a chat with people. There are amazing people out there on Twitter, especially in Web3 community. They're ready to engage with you. They're ready to give you knowledge and information about what's going on and what's not. And more importantly, they're very open to trying new things out and basically validating their ideas straight away in the inbox without you having to jump on like a demo call and
Okay.
all that stuff. Like, especially in SaaS, you have to
Yeah.
always jump on a demo call to show exactly, demonstrate how the whole thing works. And then they
Yeah.
can make a decision whether it's a right fit or not.
Yeah.
But with Web3 and blockchain in general, I've seen people giving their 2 cents. As soon as they realize that, okay, this is worth pursuing, they'll be like, oh, look, this is great. I think you should go after it. So which is what I love, because the immediate feedback is what going to take you to the next level.
Yeah.
It's quite encouraging.
Hey, this is all fascinating. I'm wondering if we're coming to the end of our time and if you'd like to come back for a part 2, because there's so many more things to explore. Just a sec. So yeah, I'll definitely come back for part 2 and have you back on the show. It's been absolutely fascinating talking about these things. And like you said, we've only scratched the surface. In the meantime, if people want to connect with you online, where can they do?
Oh, they can connect with me on LinkedIn.
Okay.
My name is Andy Kulkarni, or you can search on LinkedIn, Andy Kulkarni or Andy-Kulkarni. My apologies.
Okay.
And on Twitter, the Twitter handle is IMANK06282. Would love to chat with anybody who's interested and see if I can share the value or two.
Yeah, we'll definitely put that information in the show notes, and we'll definitely have you back very soon, and we'll just do a part 2 and explore a lot more of these things to talk about. Okay, thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.